Hey all, my name is Paul Borowski and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, and what I'd like to do today is introduce y'all to how to write a food hall business plan. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer y'all some tips and tricks on how to best write up your food hall business plan. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and go through this wonderful PowerPoint that I've constructed. Hopefully you all find this educational, a little bit entertaining, and very informative. All right, so first and foremost, a little bit about me, and then I'll talk about the food hall and all its glories. So first and foremost, I am a professional writer, a business writer. I love to write business plans. If you all don't want to go ahead and go down the wonderful path of business plan writing, and you want to go ahead and take the shortcut, give me a call, pick up the phone, send me a text, give me an email. Be absolutely delighted to write up your business plan for you. Also, if you do want to go down the path to writing your own business plan, at least have a guide. And that guide could be one of my many books that I've published on Amazon. Just go to Amazon.com, type in Paul Borowski, MBA, and I've got several different business plan writing books available to help guide you on your wonderful journey to completing a well-written and informative business plan. And finally, a little bit of justification is why I can do this video, and there's a little bit of substance to it, is that I am a adjunct professor and also a subject matter expert in business and finance. So I do know what I'm talking about. Also, if y'all need some financial projections, I do have significant experience in doing financial models, financial projections, finance. I love finance. So if you need a little bit of help with your finance, again, give me a shout, send me an email, send me a text. Love to help. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about food halls. Food halls, tip number one, company description. When you talk about a food hall, there's a lot of different ways you can structure your food hall business plan. As a business owner, you might be actually building the food hall and then leasing the space. I've seen food hall owners, they've actually built a space and then they've offered different segments. They've kept this to themselves and excuse me, they kept it to themselves and they started different restaurants within this food hall. A lot of different ways you can do this. But for a competitive advantage, make sure to identify what you're going to be doing better than your food courts that are going to be in the mall or other locations. And, are you going to offer a variety? Are you going to have vendors in there that are going to be supplying a variety of food and drinks and entertainment? Is it going to be your location? Or are you going to be located in a prime spot? Is that going to be what the driving factor is for your food hall? Is there going to be are there going to be other reasons why your food hall is going to be just the absolute bomb of the bombs, and people are going to be going there and they're going to be loyal customers forever, and then a couple more days after that? So make sure you identify what your competitive advantage is, whether it's the variety, the location, or something else. Talk about it and go in depth about it. Just don't say one sentence. It's not enough. It's not enough to talk about your competitive advantage. Go into details. Talk about it. Give it some substance. Give somebody some meat on the bone that they can chew on for a little bit. Next is going to be industry research. A lot of food hall companies, what they like to do, food hall business owners, what they like to do is they like to drive around and start looking at some of the food halls in their region, because there's not a bunch of food halls out there right now. It is an up and coming trend, and so, a lot of food hall owners want to identify with, they want to go ahead and research their local competitors first and then try to differentiate from there. In my most humble of opinions, that is definitely not the way to do your industry research. From my experience, the best way to do it is to start with your industry research on a national level. What are the big food halls that are, up and coming and growing? What are they doing across the country? Once you're able to identify what the food halls are doing across the country, and you can get that information from hospitality magazines, from restaurant magazines, but identify what the trends are on a national level, and then look local. Look at your competition local and compare them to the national level. Are they embracing the trends and exploiting the opportunities that people are expecting? If they are, then you've got a serious competitor on your hands. If they're not, then you're going to be able to jump in there, use the nationally proven trends, and you'll gain market share relatively quickly. Use that process as a great little strategy for tip number two. Next is going to be advertising. Everybody's going to have a social media account. They're going to have a website, and they're going to try to push the word of mouth marketing. However, for each one of those aspects, there are some key things that you should do in order to fully optimize and exploit those opportunities. Social media. just because you have a social media account doesn't mean you can rest on your laurels and you sit back and sleep well at night. No, 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 no. You have to be able to exploit that persistently and consistently. Persistently and consistently for the social media. Post in, if you're in the construction phase, post the construction phase. When you're opened up, post your new restaurants, post your new bars that are coming in. Social media should be exploited consistently. Your users, your loyal customers are going to be expecting that from you. If you don't do that, you're literally letting them down. Don't do it. Make sure you use when you have social media accounts, exploit it to its fullest and do it consistently. Website, that's more of a static entity. They're not going to be expecting that to change a whole lot. So that's, once you get that set up, great, fantastic, roll with it. Because people are going to be using the social media more as compared to a website. Another thing is going to be word of mouth advertising. When you're our food hall owner, you're going to be looking for people that are going to be starting a restaurant, they're going to be starting a bar, they're going to be starting some kind of a facility that might align with what you're offering them. So you need some word of mouth advertising. You need to do some networking. Join the Chamber of Commerce in your area, and get out there and start talking to some business owners. Do they know anybody that might need some additional space? Is there any restaurants that are looking to move into a different location? Get out there, talk to them, do the word of mouth advertising. And then tip number 4 is going to be a funding request. For a funding request, for this tip, when you're looking for money, and every business that's ever been started that'll ever be started, it requires some kind of funding. Whether it's going to be money from your pocket, your checking account, your 401k, or from the bank, or from mom and dad's checking account, or underneath their mattress, or wherever the money may come from. When you're doing a funding request, make sure to have a specific dollar amount in mind. If you give a range, you better have a reason for the range, because every time I talk, for the most part, when I speak with, food hall owners or just about any, person that's starting a business, when they start giving me a range, for the most part, they really don't know how much money they need, and that's why they're doing a range. When you're looking for a business, when you're writing your business plan for your funding request, make sure you have a dollar amount, a specific dollar amount, and then break it down into categories of where that money is going to be spent. Put it into budgets. So very, very important. Have a dollar amount in mind. Know how much money you're going to need for your business, and then identify it into categories, and that way that funding amount is justified. Number 5, financial projections. Let's talk about a little bit of money, a little bit of profit. Now we're talking turkey. So when you're doing your when you're doing your business plan, one of the last things you're going to be doing is your financial projections. How much money are you going to make? How much are your profits going to be? And where's that money coming from? Where's the money going to? With this little structure right here that I have, it's very basic, very straightforward, but it's also very, very effective too. So when you're doing your food hall revenue projections, this is a great little template to start off with. First and foremost, identify what kind of locations are you going to have? How many locations are you going to have? In this example right here, we've got 3 different size locations, and for each one of those sizes, it's going to be different dollar amounts for leases, $1,500, $3,500, and $1,700. Variable cost, this is just for the maintenance or what have you, whatever your variable cost may be. You might be paying utilities. Who knows? Whatever your variable costs are aligned with the different sizes, make sure you list it here. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to subtract your variable cost from the locations from the lease that they're going to be paying you. It's going to give you your gross profits. You can do that for all 3 sizes. And then here's the number of different sizes. So let's say for size number 1, you have 2 locations of that size. For size number 2, you have 3 locations. And for size number 3, you have another 2 locations. You're going to multiply the number of locations by your gross profits, and you're going to total them up right here. Once you're done with that, you're going to add up all of your gross profits from all of your locations, and you're going to total it right here under total gross profits. Once you're done with that, you're going to then, well, for this case right here, since we're doing this on a monthly basis, the days in the month, it's going to be 1. This is just a template I've created. Usually it's going to be 30, and I do it on a daily basis, but this is a food hall, so a little bit different. So days in a month, it could be 1. So your monthly gross profits are going to be $15,130 in this particular scenario. Next, we need to identify what the monthly costs are going to be. So we're going to go ahead and make a nice little list right here of the monthly costs, whether it's going to be the loan, $1,500, inventory, you might have to keep some cleaning supplies for the common areas. You're going to have some labor. No space rental, so we got rid of that. You might have some utilities for your common areas. You might have some marketing, some accounting, legal, insurance, and then you have your miscellaneous. Identify all your fixed costs and then add them up. Next thing you're going to do for section number 3 is you're going to pull down your monthly gross profits. You're going to put them here. Then you're going to pull down your monthly fixed costs and you're going to put it here. And then you're going to subtract your monthly gross profits from your monthly cost. That's going to give you your net profits. Now, the beautiful thing about this structure here is you can go ahead and start moving around and changing how much you charge for your lease, what your variable costs are, how many different units you are going to have for each one of the different sizes. And when you make these changes, it's all going to roll down and you're going to see how the changes are going to impact your net profits. So that's going to give you a good idea of what the prices you need to charge to make the profits that you need. Excuse me. All right, so in summary, first and foremost, please remember to use a proven format when you're doing a food hall business. A food hall, this is an up-and-coming new trend, so you're not going to find a lot of general business plans that are going to align excellently with your food hall business. So make sure you use a proven format. Go to your SB website. They have some really good formats over there, some really good templates. Visit my website, qualitybusinessplan.com. I'm going to have some really good food hall templates up there as well. Next is going to be keep the star of the show as the business. A lot of food hall owners, what they like to do is they like to talk about them and how long they've been in business and why they're starting this. And it's all about me, 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 me. It's not about you, unfortunately. Some of it's going to be about you, but the star of the show needs to be the business. Make sure to talk about the business. Make sure that is the front and center on stage. Everybody's looking at the business. When you do that, then you're going to be able to align all the different aspects of your business plan, your marketing, your financials, your company summary, your funding page. It's all going to be aligned with the business. So make sure you do that. And finally, if you need some help with any aspect of your business plan, the whole business plan, or the financial section of the business plan, if you do, reach out to me, give me a call right here, phone number right here, send me an email address right here, visit my website right here. You reach out to me, contact me, love to help with any aspect of your business plan. Now, if you want some more information, if you're going to write your own business plan, you want some more information, again, jump on over to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/food hall business plan. Jump over there, and I do have a web page with even more details on how to write a food hall business plan. So feel free to exploit this opportunity as well. And finally, if you do want to go ahead and pick up a book on writing a business plan, visit me over on Amazon.com/author/Paul Borowski. And once you're there, I've got a wide selection of books. You can get that for making up financial templates. You can get books for writing business plans. So all kinds of books that I've written to help you all get through the business plan writing process. Hopefully this information was helpful. And if you all have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about your business plan. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much.